Hello, my name is Navigator, and in today's video we're going to be unboxing the AEW Unrivaled Supreme Collection CM Punk figure, and of course this is going to be a Walmart exclusive. Now this is a figure that myself and I know a lot of other, not just collectors but wrestling fans have been looking for, because I think in a lot of people's opinion this is going to be the tip top of CM Punk figures. It has so many different accessories, which of course we'll take a look at, including the figure, but man, I didn't even think this thing was going to release after he left AEW, and there was all that drama. And then 2 weekends ago at Survivor Series 2023, he shows up, and there you go. And thankfully, this guy showed up at my local Walmart, and hence why I'm making this video today. So I'm a little tired, I will admit, but I'm going to get through this as promptly as possible because I really want to take this out and mess around with him. If you guys were curious, I do already have one of the AEW CM Punk figures. I believe that I made a video talking about how to make a custom Real World Championship belt, but this is the figure that I do have, and I'm very glad that I have this one because the Ultimate Edition does not come with any CM Punk figures where he's wearing just the pants, only him in trunks, and I'm probably going to be swapping them out. So what I'm going to do is I'll throw him off to the side, good old Phil, and we can take the Supreme Edition out of the packaging. I will say this, I have a feeling that this figure is going to be worth something one day, so if you see another one of these, what's that old collector gimmick, take one out of the box, or what is it? One to play with, one to keep. I think that's what it is. So next time I see this, or next time I go back to Walmart, I'm probably going to pick up another one and keep them in the box because I have a feeling this thing is going to be through the roof in a couple of years here. So let's get him out of the box. All right. I already cut up on the top there, so we can kind of just slide him out. And I'm going to try to keep it in the best condition that I possibly can. You guys know I'm not really one for that, but who knows? Maybe I can't find another one. And, well, yeah, it's always a good thing to do to keep your boxes in good conditions, especially for larger items like this. And I'm already dropping stuff. What am I doing here? Okay, well, it seems like we have, unless this is something down here. Oh, you know what's actually kind of interesting? You can almost use this stuff for the AEW stage. You can barely see it, kind of the end right there. But I do have the AEW stage, and this matches what they have on there. So it might be pretty useful. Good thing I am keeping that. And I'm going to reach around here and grab this little part that flew away. But we have a bunch of pieces here, a bunch of chunks. And I guess we can start by getting Punk out of the kind of main area. So let's do just that. Doesn't seem to have anything attaching him at all. And maybe I can just kind of pull. Oh, no, that's not a good idea. All right, we'll start with the legs first. Get him out that way. Okay. Come on, best condition possible. There we go. All right, yeah, that held pretty well, held together pretty well. Let's get rid of that. So we have him out of the packaging, and then we have a t-shirt for him. And once again, I'm going to try to keep this as neat as possible. So let's see if I can maybe grab the foot here and pull this out. There we go. Beautiful. We'll get rid of that. And then over on this side, we have the head sculpts along with the championship belt and the hands as well. Doesn't seem like I can really... Oh, there we go. I can just pull that top part right off, and these all just fall right out. How interesting. How very interesting. Let's pop that head out, and let's see if we can get the belt out. You know what? Yeah, I'll take the belt out. I was going to say I could leave it in there, but I mean, I don't even know where I'm going to put this box. I might even just get rid of it. I don't know. Let's get this belt out, though. Ooh. Come on. What is going on with this? It is really stuck in there, folks, I got to say. Oh, no. Am I going to have to unbuckle it from the inside? That's an impossible task. Come on. There we go. Beautiful. All right, with really fairly no issues there. So we'll clip that back in. All right, there's everything out of the box. We're doing well. Okay, what we're going to do, like we always do, is we'll take a look at the figure after all the accessories. So let's do just that. And I guess we can start with, well, why not the belt? Here we have the AEW World Championship. And yes, I may have been messing around with it too much, so it kind of popped out of there. But it is the exact same championship that we always see. And I think that it is a massive bummer that they didn't include the real World Championship in here, where he's got the spray painted X on it. But then again, I think that whole gimmick probably happened like after these went into production. So it kind of makes sense. And of course, I have my own custom one. Once again, if you are curious on how to make it, go check out my video on how to make it. It's super, super simple. But there you go. Just another AEW championship. And these belts, I think, are so much better than the Mattel ones. So much better. Love how they look. Okay, that's the belts. Here is the t-shirt. Here he's kind of got this Yeah, not so much a t-shirt, but more of a cutoff with the Best in the World logo there, and kind of the dual gauntlets where he's got the X's on them. Something I did notice is that the hands have all black X's. There's no variation. I know when he used to wrestle, or sorry, when he wrestles, he has kind of black, blue, and red X's, and it just seems like all these hands are going to be black. But speaking of that, let's take a look at the hands. The ones that he has equipped, just an overview, he has one of the kind of the punk rock hands there, and then one of the regular Lego Man hands on the other hand. And let's see what else he comes with. All right, so he does have the go-to sleep hands. These, of course, you can kind of put like this next to your head or next to his head, and it's like an go to sleep kind of thing. So he has these. I guess you could also use them as like a chop or maybe kind of like a Captain Charisma, Christian Cage salute, something like that. But he does have these kind of open palmed hands, and those are very nice. He also comes with some fists, of course. I'm very glad that they do this because a lot of Jazzwares figures don't have fists, but there you go. Just the basic punk fists. And then, of course, he has yet another Lego Man hand and another punk rock or symbol, whatever, hand signal, whatever you want to call it, hand there, and that looks great. So, moving on, I'll kind of end with the head sculpts because those will probably be the most interesting, but he does have an alternate set of trunks. These are going to be very similar to the ones he has on, just very black on the boots and the knee pads there, the knee-high boots, but he does have the Chicago stars along with kind of a camouflage design. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit better here. If I keep it still, there you go. You can see, and he's just got the camo on there. I really like how that looks. That is super sweet. Okay. AEW Mike, you guys have seen these a million times before, nothing too much. Okay, the other head sculpt. So, of course, we'll take a look at the one he has equipped when we get to the figure, but these are the other heads that he does come with. And there's one major flaw with these that I noticed, and it kind of upsets me a little bit. So, the first one we can look at is going to be absolutely identical to the one that I have on there. It's just a very basic face. I mean, if it'll zoom in and let you guys see, but just a very basic face. His hair is kind of neat and combed back. And yeah, nothing really more I can say about that one. The next one, though, is of course going to be a little bit different, and that is going to be kind of the same thing, but he's got this almost kind of grizzled look there. And something I just noticed, actually, you can see he's got his tattoo behind the ear on that one, and that is also going to be on that head sculpt as well. So yeah, just kind of a grizzle face, nothing too crazy, but finally here we do have the messed up hair, kind of screaming punk, very similar to the one that we got with the dog collar match with MJF. I don't really have that figure, but of course there's that tattoo again, but it looks super similar to that, and I love how his hair is messed up. That just looks super sweet. I love that. All right, finally here we can take a look at the figure, and I do have one major issue here. I am praying that this did not stain. Let's find out here, folks. Did it stain? We're going to pop these hands out. It seems like they actually have more plastic than they typically do on their figures, so I wonder if they're trying to prevent staining more as opposed to fixing it, but we will have to look. So I'm going to remove the ab crunch there. We'll get that plastic out, throw that back in, pull off the arms here, and then, oh, geez. That was almost scary. And actually, I may have left some plastic in the other armhole. I didn't realize you had to pop them out and then take the plastic off. So let's go see. Man, what the heck is going on here? There we go. Sweet. All right, doesn't seem like I have any leftover plastic in there, but doing an overall look here doesn't really seem like there's any staining. I have to admit, that's very, very nice. A step in the right direction there, Jazzwares. But man, oh man, this is actually sweet, guys. Okay, I'm going to throw just the fisted hands in here. Why not? To kind of make him look like he doesn't, he hasn't lost any limbs. But guys, this is awesome. Look at this. We'll start with the head sculpt because we just finished with those, but there you have it. Just kind of the same face as the one where he's screaming, but he's got a smile. His hair is just as messy. But back down to the bottom, you can see here on the boots, he has the Chicago stars once again, and the pattern is going to be black, white, and gold. Very, very cool, although not super typical with Punk. Definitely, I feel like I haven't really seen him wear these a lot. There's definitely colors that he's worn a lot more, but I digress. And that is going to be the same pattern on the trunks there. Very cool. Excuse me. And that continues onto the back. And then, of course, you can see he's got the straight edge tattoo right on his belly there. And then a whole assortment of tattoos going across his chest and his arms. They kind of had to do something for the Pepsi tattoo as to avoid a copyright claim, something like that. But man, this looks awesome. They did get to include the Cobra logo there, which I thought was really cool. And he, of course, he has that spider web on his elbow. He's got the cards on this arm. Man, these tattoos look absolutely great. The color really, really does pop, I have to say. And then, of course, he does have the butterfly joints. That is really going to be the only physical difference from the other CM Punk that I have, is going to be the fact that, well, you know, he's got the thighs exposed, but butterfly joints as well. Typical with all of the Supreme figures. So, yeah. I'm not even sure what else I can possibly say, although I want to see if I can kind of get him into that X thing. Oh yeah, you could probably pull it off. There you go. That looks phenomenal. Well, guys, like I said, I am a little bit tired, but Raw is on tonight, and I'm hoping CM Punk will be there. I'm not a huge fan of him. I've kind of been getting more, or excuse me, I've been more of a fan of him lately because, you know, of all the stuff going on with him, but I'm not a fan of mean people in real life. It kind of just takes the whole thing away from me. It doesn't matter how good of a wrestler you are. If you're mean, man, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of you. But anyways, I am a huge fan of this figure, and I would totally suggest going and picking it up. Has so many different accessories. And oh, actually, one thing I didn't look at was his hoodie. So let's do just that. Let's pull this hoodie off. Gonna be the same thing, just best in the world on the back, and then best in the world on the breast there. And it's gonna be, I believe, identical, aside from the printings, obviously, to the Larry hoodie that we have gotten in the past. So yeah, pretty sweet. I will be careful with it, though, because it might stain. It may stain now that I have the plastic off, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Hopefully they kind of get this stuff on track and get rid of the staining. It is a huge, huge problem with these Jazzwares figures. But one last look at CM Punk, the best in the world. And this, of course, is going to be the AEW Jazzwares Supreme Collection. So there you have it, folks. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think. Do you have this figure at all? Do you plan on getting it? Is it one that you want? Are you a fan of CM Punk? Just leave me a comment. I don't even know if anybody has ever commented on any of my videos, but maybe you can be the one to, kind of respond first, but whatever. I will leave you with that, guys. Once again, Walmart exclusive. Go pick it up. If you were curious about price, it's like $45. Not the worst, but considering everything you get, it's pretty decent. All right, I'll leave it at that, folks. Like I always say, my name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Take care.